Welcome to My Grandpa's Train. Today's video is going to be a little different than usual. Today we're not looking at a real train, but what was advertised in these original American Flyer trains and Gilbert Toys catalog that someone gave me a while ago. So we're just going to page through these and see what we can see. I have two of these. This one is from 1955, I believe, or 52. Now, what's interesting about this is that the original sales businesses put their rubber stamp on these catalogs right smack on the front. So this one, for example, says Hartman's Hobby Lobby, not to be confused with the modern day Hobby Lobby chain stores. So here we have an original price sheet. This lists the prices of individual items on every page in the catalog. Freight sets. So yeah, each page and the item and the price. So this is the 1952 catalog price list. I'm not going to go and read every single detail, but it is very interesting to point out that they pointed out the advantages to their everything in the American Flyer train system. The T-rail track, real smoke, T-rails instead of tubular, realistic sound effects, their acclaimed air chime whistle, or horn, or buzzer, or squawker, depending on how well it works. This one is kind of cool. Accurate scale modeling. They compared their Alco PA and PB to what appears to be some sort of a Marx. You can definitely see there's a lot of difference. One is much more toy-like. One is pretty close to scale. Oh, and we have more. Sustained power at all speeds. So they are advertising their worm drive motor here. They have a large selection of accessories. And by 1952, then they had fully introduced the knuckle couplers, it looks like. Or I guess they were just starting to introduce them at that point. So here we have the lower end sets. Two Atlantics, the 300 AC, a 302 AC. So this one would be the with the smoke and choo-choo. This one would be nothing. And then, of course, we have the 282 Chicago Northwestern style Pacific. Here we have the 285 with the New Haven coaches. And then we have the 342 set up here. Okay, this page shows their K5 Pacifics, the 315 and the 312, each with their respective passenger or freight sets. And here we have the Hudson set and the Northern set. Now, in the other catalog, we'll get to something interesting about the Northern locomotive. So we have the 325 and the 335 that was available in these catalogs. Oh, interesting. Looks like both of these actually had the air chime horn in the tender, and looks like these sets actually included the tube generator for that. Knuckle coupler operation. All right, here's something that I am interested in. It looks like we have the Silver Streak diesel, and on the bottom we have the 370 diesel switcher freight. Now, I have this locomotive, and I have the boxcar and the flat car, and the caboose for this set. And I think I have the track and transformer, although the transformer is toast. So this locomotive is still in progress of being restored, and then the boxcar, freight car, and flat car, and caboose. So I do have this set. That's kind of neat. The Silver Streak, I do not have an S scale. I am still looking for this locomotive, as well as the aluminum passenger cars. I'm Not too keen on the plastic ones, even though they may be more detailed. I'm really interested in the aluminum cars. But if you look carefully on the front cover, you'll see that same locomotive, the silver streak with portrayed with the yellow stripe. And in HO scale, I actually custom made a locomotive to look exactly like this. This was done with an Athearn locomotive in HO scale, and I painted it just like that with the yellow stripe and everything. Even though the production units, I believe, were all red stripe in S scale. So I will have to find a matching unit in S scale. If you haven't seen that video, I will link to it here. Oh, here's another set that I have, the 360, 364 freight set. Now, this is interesting because the one that I have actually came with the passenger baggage car instead of the freight operating baggage car, and the gondola, and the wire car, and the caboose. Although mine, I believe, is the 1950 variant because it does not have the red war bonnet paint on it. It's just the silver. Here we have select locomotives. Note that they state that their locomotive is a 3/16 scale model. And it's not a toy train, but it's a scale model. Each one is powered by a worm drive motor. So you could buy the locomotives individually, as seen in the catalog. So here we have the variety. Oh, this is actually a photograph. Okay, that's neat. Most of these are sort of like drawings. This Northern Pacific boxcar is one that I have not been able to find yet. It is interesting how they combined real photographs like these down here with illustrations. I believe they're illustrations on most of the rest of these. Now we're getting to the accessories. The Guilford Animated Station. I do not have the coach for that or the people, just the station right now. Of course, we have the Mystic Talking Station, the baggage car. So I have the baggage car and the platform, and I believe both will be working sometime in the future. Oh, car is not included with accessory. Interesting. I do happen to have both. I do have, I think, one of each of these at least. And the operating crane. There's some classic illustrations down here at the bottom. News and Frank stand. You can buy hot dogs and newspapers all at once. These are I forget what brand made these. They're not plastic, Bill. More accessories. This would be sort of neat to have a bridge with the beacon on it. Here you can purchase pieces of track individually. Suggested track plans. This was the Pike planning kit. Looks like there's a book and a little tool you could draw out your own track plans. Now we're getting to the erector section of the catalog. I'm much less familiar with these, although I have seen them mostly pop up in antique malls here and there or at train shows. Now here's one I've never heard of before, Anchor Blocks. It's a preschool age toy. It's their type of building block set. Pretty neat. And then back here we've got their microscope sets. And getting into their scientific and chemistry items here. Ooh, what's this here? Enter this cash prize contest. It's open to any boy or girl 17 years or under. Well, I guess I don't qualify. Gilbert tool chests. Wow, yes, they made a lot of things. Misto Magic sets. And that is the end of Catalog 1, ending with Gilbert puzzle sets. Yes, dated 1952, this catalog. The Gilbert Hall of Science.